Hello, hello everyone. Is the audio and video clear? Can someone please confirm in the chat? Is the audio clear, guys? Can everyone hear me? Yes, okay. So, welcome everyone to our live class for beginners. Today we'll be seeing how to draw the grid and how we can draw a very simple and basic mandala. All right. So I hope you all have these materials ready. We will all be drawing together. Okay. So do you all have the materials ready, guys? Are you all drawing with me today? Yes. Okay. All right. So can you all drop a like? Can everyone drop a like, please? So first, okay, so I'll tell you all the art supplies we'll be needing one by one. Okay, we need our regular protractor, then our eraser, your rounders, HB pencil, black gel pen, and a long scale. Okay, that's all. That's it. Only these simple supplies we'll be needing today for our beginners mandala. One second. So before we start, I would like to show you some of my mandalas. Okay, I'll show you some of my mandalas so that you have an idea of the different types of mandalas that exist. So here is a watercolor mandala. Okay, it is a mandala drawn on a watercolor background. Then there is this beginners mandala, an easy one I would say. And there is a intricate or detailed mandala. Then here this is an ornate mandala. Okay, this kind of mandala is called ornate. All right, the patterns here are a little bit different as compared to regular mandalas. So we will learn more about all of these mandalas in our more upcoming videos. Today we'll be discovering how to start drawing a basic mandala, how to learn the basic patterns and arrange them in the grid. All right, now, so the first thing we are going to do is we are going to draw the grid. Okay, we are going to draw the grid for our mandala. So what is a grid? A grid is a combination of circles and lines which gives us guidance for adding patterns. All right, so that is a grid. Now we want our mandala to be exactly in the center of our page, right? So the first thing we do is we find the center of our page. Now for that we'll be needing our long scale. All right, we'll place our long scale diagonally on the page. All right, and we have to match the corners of the page with the scale. Okay, you have to align this such way and then draw a very small mark in the center, right? Then you are going to repeat same process for the other two corners. Match the scale with the corners and then draw a small mark. So we have repeated the process for both the corners and now we have this cross section here. Okay, so the lines, the place where the both of these lines cross each other, that is the center of our page. All right, now we are going to mark this well and then we will be checking it from both the sides whether it is equally positioned. All right, it should be of same measurement on both the sides of the page. Yes, it is correct. So you can continue with your mandala. Now first thing you will do is we will mark the center with our black pen. Okay, mark it with your black pen. And then we are going to erase these lines around it. Okay, the lines that we have drawn just now, we will erase it. We don't need them anymore. Now we have our mark ready here. All right, Now we are going to draw a baseline. Okay, so a baseline will be required for placing our protractor for drawing the grid lines. Okay, so that line is called a baseline. So it will be a straight horizontal line on the page which will pass through this point in the center, all right, which you have just plotted here, and we will be drawing it using our pencil. So now we have our baseline here. Yes, if anybody has any questions, you can ask me in the chat, all right, and I'll answer it as soon as I can. All right, you can ask your questions in the chat. Okay, now we are going to place our protractor on this baseline. Okay, so I'll show you the position for it, how you have to place the protractor. Now, the center of the protractor should be on the center that we have plotted of the page. Okay, center of protractor on center of page, then 0 degree mark and 180 degree mark will be on the baseline. All right, on the baseline that we have drawn. So this way we are going to position our protractor, and then we are going to draw marks on our page at the distance of 20 degrees. All right, so the first mark will be at 20 degrees, and then next will be at 40, then 60, 80. So in the intervals of 20 degrees we are going to draw these marks one by one. Okay, now once you have these marks ready, I'll wait 1 minute for all of you to finish drawing till here. All right, I will wait 1 minute for you all, and then we'll continue. And those who have finished, you all can type done in the chat box. Okay, I think some of you are having problem with the lighting. 1 second. Sorry, sir. Can you please repeat? It's shady in the video. Can you enhance your lighting? It's not clear. Okay. Well, it is actually. Can you see this mandala clearly? If you can see this clearly, that means the video is all right, because we have drawn with pencil, right? So it won't be very much clear on camera. So can you see this mandala clearly, guys? Please answer in the chat. Yes, okay. All right. So we have drawn just the dots and lines, so it won't be very much clearly visible. But once we have the entire grid ready, you can see it well. All right. Now, so the first thing we are going to do is we will take our rounder, place the pencil in it, okay, and then draw a circle as big as you can. Okay, your pointed part at the center of the rounder of the page, and pencil at the end of the page. All right. So it will be the biggest size of circle that can fit on the page. Okay, so you are going to draw the central point, then the baseline, then we have plotted 20-degree marks here using protractor, and then the biggest circle. All right, the circle which goes from one end of the page to the other end. Okay, now we are going to draw the grade lines. All right, so how do we draw is we take our no measurement. Can you please elaborate your question? Yeah, for the circle, there won't be a measurement. It is an A4 size paper. So according to that, we are drawing the biggest size of circle that can fit. Okay, there will not be a measurement for it. Or if you want, I can just tell you what mine is. So it is 10.2 centimeters in radius. Okay, 10.2 centimeters. Sorry. Okay, so now we are going to connect the marks that we have drawn using protractor with the central point, and then draw lines all across the circle one by one. Okay. Now you have to draw very light lines. All right. Do not make them too dark. I am making it darker so that it is clearly visible to everyone. But please make light lines. So this is how your grid should look. Okay, I'll give you a close up. If anybody has any questions, you can ask. Do not hesitate at all. And yes, after I finish drawing one part of it, please keep typing done or ready so that I know you all are following and you have finished it. All right. Those who are finished, please type done. Okay, we have one done here. Closer look. Okay, I'll give you a closer look. All right. So this diagram here, lines and circle, it is called a grid. All right. Now you know in grid circles are also there, right? So there are two methods to add the circles. Either you can add at regular intervals like at 1 centimeter each. All right. Or the second way is we keep adding circles as we keep adding patterns one by one. Okay. So I prefer the second method where we add the circles as we add patterns. All right. So we will start by adding our patterns one by one in the mandala. All right. Hi, and please join on time, guys, so that you don't miss anything. Okay, now we are going to draw our first circle, and it will be using pen. All right. It will be using a black pen. So I want all of you to put your black pen in the rounder, or if your pen does not fit in it, you can draw the circle using pencil for now, and then you can draw over it with your pen again. All right, you can do that also. So you have to take 1 centimeter on the rounder. All right, take 1 centimeter and then draw a circle. Take 1 centimeter on your rounder and draw a circle using black pen. If your pen doesn't fit, then you can use your pencil and then draw over it using pen again. All right. Angle measurement. Okay. So the lines of the degrees are lines of the grid. These lines are 20 degrees apart from each other. All right. We'll be taking 20 degrees for the protractor. Right. So we have our 1 centimeter circle here. All right. Now we are going to erase the lines which are inside this circle. Okay. These small lines inside the circle, we are going to erase them completely. All right, before we move further, can everyone please drop a like? Can everyone please drop a like on the video? So small circle, yes. The smaller circle here using the black pen is 1 centimeter in radius. All right. We take 1 centimeter of gap in the rounder, and then we draw the circle. All right. Okay. Now moving further. Now I will show you the patterns on our rough sheet first. Okay. So I hope everyone also has a rough paper ready. Okay, because first we will practice the patterns a few times on our rough pages, and then we will add it to the mandala. All right. Okay. So in on the right hand side of the circle, we are going to add this shape, the curved version of a teardrop. Okay. We are going to add this shape on the right hand side of the circle. All right. Practice this a few times on your rough paper. Until that time, I will draw here and show it to you, and then you all can add on yours. I will give you a close-up of this. Okay. Now what we will do is we are going to darken the entire circle. Okay, leaving this shape empty. This shape we are going to leave it white, and we are going to darken the rest of the space inside the circle. Okay. Now before doing that, we will add a very thin border to this circle. Okay, add a very thin border. I'll give you a close up again if you want. Okay, so now 1 second. If I'm going too fast, please let me know, guys. Okay, do not worry at all. If I'm going fast, then please let me know. I'll wait a few minutes. Now we are going to darken the circle. Yes, before that, again, take your rounder and press it firmly in the center. Okay, so that you do not miss the center of the page. Press it firmly so that your rounder is secure for the next circles. All right. Now you have to darken the entire thing. So the pen I'm using is called a brush pen. It mimics the paintbrush, and it is very quick in dealing with larger spaces. This is how it is supposed to look. Please type done everyone when you are finished till this point. Can everyone type done? All right, a quick question for everyone. So how many of you have drawn mandalas before, or are you all entirely beginners? Have you drawn mandalas before, or it is your first time today? A lot, okay. First time, beginner, all right. Beginner, okay. First time, all right. So we have lots of beginners, which is good. You are at the exactly right place. Okay. Now we are going to start adding patterns one by one in our mandala. Okay. So the first pattern will be a very simple petal. Okay, we start at the bottom. One second. Start at the bottom, straight line, and then curve, and then straight line again. Okay, as simple as that. Practice this a few times in your rough sheets. Get both the sides exactly straight. Get the proportions correct. Okay, you have attended my classes already. All right. So keep practicing it. Till that time, I will draw one here and give you measurement for the circle. All right. We are going to add circles also in the grid. So do not draw here anything beforehand. Only after I tell you to. All right. Now this time the circle will be using pencil. All right. Please remember that I will keep mentioning whether the circle is in pen or pencil. This time it will be using pencil. Now do not draw the circle first. I will give you measurement and then you will draw. All right. Okay. So the circle will be 2.5 centimeters. All right. I will write it down here so that you can check it out whenever you want. First circle was our 1 centimeter, right? This black one. Then next will be 2.5 centimeters. Now check out the placement for this design first. We are going to start on the circle here. We will draw a straight line along the grid and then from this point we will draw a curve. All right, now that curve should touch the grid circle here. All right, it should touch all the way upwards here on the grid circle, and then we are going to take it down again. Okay, so in the same way we are going to draw it entirely throughout the grid. And yes, for one of this pattern, for one of these piece, we are going to take three lines of space. All right, one, two, and three lines of space for one shape. All right. Yes, the straight lines are 20 centimeters, or I would say 20.5 from one end to the other. They are 20.5 centimeters. All right. All right. Now next, we are going to add a border inside these shapes. Okay. So we are going to add a very simple border here, which will be on the inside. Okay, and this has to be exactly same from all the sides. Okay, so the distance between these two lines, this gap here, this gap should be exactly the same on all the side. Okay, that way you get a symmetrical perfectly symmetrical border. All right. So do not hurry to draw. Okay, keep your hand very slow and steady. And we have to draw each of these pattern in one stroke. All right. Do not stop in between and then continue. You have to draw it in one stroke. Which pen you are using right now? Okay. So I am using these fine liners by Doms Amaris. Okay. I will leave a link of this in the description after the class ends. All right. You all can buy them. These, it is a collection of total 5 pens. So these pens are called fine liners. All right, they are specially used for professional drawings, and they are all different in sizes. So I will leave a link of these in the description after the class ends. Those who have not subscribed yet, please do it, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Hi, welcome to the video. After finishing till here, everyone will type done, okay, so that we can move forward. Hello and good evening and welcome to the stream. All right, now we are going to add some details inside this shape, okay? We have the outline, we have the border ready. Now we will add some details inside this. So I'll show you the detail part. First we have drawn this outer shape, right? Then we have a border for it. Now, first we are going to divide this in half. Okay, we are going to draw a straight line in between. Okay, very simple to do. Then we are going to draw slant lines on the right hand side. Okay, just simple slant lines on the right hand side, and on the left hand side just a simple dot and line. That's it. Okay, very simple to do. I think everyone can do it easily. I will do it here and show a close up. Okay, so here's a close up of this. Guys, are you all finding the instructions easy to follow? Are the patterns and everything easy to everyone? Again, after finishing, you all will type done. Done. All right. You guys are quick. Done. Okay. Now, next, we are going to add a pointed petal to this design. Okay. So, all of you take your rough sheets again and practice this line a few times, and then the other side also, the mirrored version of this also. Draw both of these lines a few times. Now we are going to combine both of these and create a pointed petal. All right. Now, first you draw the right hand side line, and then you draw the same on the left hand side. Now, while drawing this pattern, it is called a pointed petal. All right. Now, while drawing this pattern here, you have to make sure that the curves on both the sides should be exactly the same. Okay, this curve and this curve, they both should be exactly same on both the sides. Then only the symmetry will be correct. All right. So please practice it a few times on your rough sheets, and when you are comfortable with it, then we will shift to our mandala. All right. Practice this a few times. It has to be done in one stroke. All right. When you start once, then do not stop in between. It has to be done in just one stroke. Practice it till that time. I'll draw here and give you measurement for the circle. Again, there will be a circle for this. So your next circle will be 1 second, 3.8. Okay, so your next circle will be 3.8 centimeters, and using your pencils. All right, I'll note it down here, 3.8. And now check out the placement for this pattern. It will start on top of the circle. All right, then we will drag it down on top of this pattern here, all right? So you have to start it in these lines. So you can see a line running out in between these two patterns. So from that point, you are going to start it, okay? And then drag it to the top of these patterns. Then same on the other side, okay? Starting from this line, which is passing from the between of these two patterns. Next, we are going to add a border to this, just like we did before. The same border, length of the circle drawn now. Okay. So the circle for these petals here is 3.8 centimeters. 3.8, all right. Please type done again after you have finished the outline and border, and then we will start with details. Those who are not liked yet, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Done. Okay. Now we are going to add a very simple and a small circle here. Okay. I'll draw one and show it to you. Here. So this circle will be touching the grid circle that we have here drawn previously. Okay. 1 second. Okay. So it will start from this grid line here, and it will touch both the petals which are drawn previously. All right. So that will be the position for this circle. And then we are going to draw a semicircle on top of this, like this. A circle and a semicircle on top of it. Mhm. We'll repeat it for all of the spaces. Now after you have done the circle and the semicircle, we are going to darken the spaces. Okay, I'll do one and show it to you what you're supposed to do next. So you will darken the space under the semicircle and also the above portion, okay, the border part. So you will darken this border and the small gap that you have below the circle. All right. Distance of lines. Uh, can you please repeat the question? I didn't get it. Distance of which lines? So are you talking about the grid lines here? If so, the grid is 20 degrees apart, the lines are 20 degrees apart from each other. How can we post our drawing? Okay, so after you have finished drawing it, you all will post it on your Instagram accounts. Okay, you can post it as a regular post or your stories also, and then you can tag me, okay, so that I can check it out. My Instagram account link is there in the channel description. You all can find out the link there. Okay, so you can tag me, and I will check out the artworks after we have finished. So I'll give you a close up of this so you have an idea. Shading pen also fine liner. Yes, all the pens that I'm using are fine liners. Even the pen for doing the darkening part, this pen is also a fine liner, but it is in a brush form. Okay, it is in the form of a brush pen, but yes, it is also a fine liner. All right. Now we are going to add some details inside this remaining space. So we are going to draw a mesh. All right. So it will be, I'll give an example of the shape that we are dealing with currently. Okay, so this is a rough diagram of what we have right now. So we are going to draw these curved lines excluding the circle, all right? Excluding the circle on one side, and then we will repeat it for the other side also. So we are drawing kind of a mesh design. Okay, so there are two forms of these meshes, all right? One is with straight lines and one is with curved lines. Okay, so we are doing this one right now with curved lines. I have done 10 degrees, so became messy. Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, so after the class ends, you can rewatch the video and start from zero. Okay, you can start again. Yeah, I'll give you a close up of this. I have finished mine. I'll give you a close up of this again. You all will type done when you are finished. Okay. So our next big pattern on top of these will be a pyramid shape. Okay, I'll show you how it looks like. One second. So it is a bigger version of the normal petals, but it is quite broader at the base, right? Again, same level of curves on both the sides, okay, and it will be broad at the base. It is called a pyramid. Like, it is not his official name, but I call it pyramid. So this shape will be on top of these pointed parts, all right? You see the points of these petals. So on top of these it will be. Now I'll give you the measurement for circle again, okay, and then we will add it. So till that time you can practice this a few times. And yes, again there will be a border for this also. Done, okay. So the level of curves have to be exactly same on both the sides to get the symmetrical shape. So your next circle will be 5.8 centimeters, all right? 5 5.8. You can rotate the page however you like, so to get the shape correct. Now we will add a border to these patterns again. Distance of all the circles. Okay, I'll tell you once I've finished with the borders. So the first circle that we did here, the black one, is 1 centimeter in radius. Okay, all of the measurements that I'm saying are the radius. So the first one is 1 centimeter. Second is 2.5 for these petals here. Third is 3.8 for these pointed petals, 3.8. And the one which you are doing for these pyramids right now is 5.8. The biggest, by biggest, I think you mean the outer one, okay? So it is 10.3 centimeters in radius, or if you check overall, if you check the diameter, then it is 20.5. Okay, so now coming to the detail part, we will take our pens in our rounder again, pens in the rounder. And then you see we already have a grid circle here. We have a circle which you are drawn using pencil, right? So we are going to draw over this using our black pen again, okay? Only inside the shape, we are not going to cross out any borders. Just inside the shape, we are going to draw over it again using black pens. Now, once we have drawn these circles, we are going to draw one more which will be a little bit smaller than this. Okay, so it will act like a border for it, a little bit smaller than this one. So this will be the overall look. Okay, two circles inside the shape. Now coming to the detail part, in this section below the two circles that we have drawn, we are going to add just very simple dots. Okay, in the entire thing, just very simple dots. We don't want to overdo the designs, so just add random dots in the entire thing. If anybody has any doubts, any questions about mandalas, mandala art, or be it about the current drawing we are doing, then you can ask in the comments. Okay, now we'll be adding some designs in the top portion of the pyramid here. I'll show you some on the rough book first. So imagine this is our semicircle borders that we have done. Now we are going to add a big petal in the center, okay, which will go all the way to the top, okay, and then we are going to draw more of these which will follow and get smaller with size. Okay, very easy to do. I'll show one here again. You'll draw the central petal first and then just more curves till we fill in the entire space, okay, on both the sides. I'll do one here and show again. So you're going to draw as many as you can all the way to the bottom corner, and then we are going to darken these empty spaces, okay. You see these very small empty spaces here. We will darken all of these. So by darkening the random spaces here and there, our main design gets highlighted. And now finally for the uh, details inside these petals, again we are going to do just a simple dot and line like we did here. Same thing, a simple dot and line, okay. So that will be our final pattern for this pyramid. We are going to repeat it for all of these shapes. Miss still loud YouTube guest. Now only watching. Okay, no problem. The entire class will be available on the channel, so you can watch it anytime you want. So drawing a mandala takes lots of time and patience. You see, like it's been almost 1.5 hours since we started, and we have completed only this much. So it takes lots of time and patience to complete it. You cannot hurry to finish it at all. Okay, so I have finished mine. You all will type done when you are done finished yours. I'll give you a close up of this. Okay, so moving on with the designs, we are going to add one more pattern in between two of these pyramids. Okay, so it will be this elongated shape in the center. All right, it will be in between two of these pyramids. I'll draw one and show again. So the top part of it will touch the grid circle. Okay, and then we are going to draw two spirals around it. Okay, so what are spirals? Spirals are this shape. I'll show it for just a second. So this is a spiral. Okay, now we can also close it. How do we close it? Is we continue this line and join it here. Okay, so now this is a closed spiral, and there is also a mirrored version of this. Okay, now these two will be on the sides of this shape here. I'll place it on the mandala and show it to you. Okay, it is supposed to be like this. Then just a dark circle inside it for the detail part. And for the shape here, we are going to do these shaded lines. How do we do it is, we we place pen our pen at the bottom, and as we go above we lift the pen. Okay, so we are doing this shaded lines. Okay, as we go above we lift the pen, so we have these shading lines. Now we are going to do it inside this shape here. Only a few lines, okay, like this. Now we are going to repeat this throughout the circle. Once again, show curved design. Okay, by curved design do you mean these spirals? I'll show it again, okay, because I believe this is the one we are doing right now. So there is this elongated shape here. Okay, okay, then we do this spiral. We start from the bottom, go to the top, and then close it with a circle. Okay, and then we continue it with this line again, like this. Same on the other side. And then continue it down again. Okay, so this will be on both sides of this shape, and same on the other side also. Clear? Done. Okay, some of you have finished already. Okay, so I have finished mine. I'll give you a close up of this again. Okay, so time is almost up, so we will have to stop here. So finishing a mandala of this size actually, like in this space, we can add 3 or 4 more patterns, right? So it will take more 2 or 3 hours to finish the entire thing. So now at least you all have basic idea, right? How what a mandala is supposed to be like. We have covered the finding center of the page, then we did the grid, then the circles, then some basic patterns we have placed in the mandala. Okay, so what you will do is after you have finished till here, you all will erase the grid. Okay, you all will erase the entire grid, and then you will post it on your art pages. Okay, you be on your social media, be it your Instagram page, and you all will tag me. Okay, you all will tag me so that I can check it out. Those who don't know what my Instagram is, it is mentioned in the description of my channel. Okay, the link is provided there, so you all can post your artwork and tag me so that I will check it out. All right, so did you all like the class, guys? Did everyone enjoy the class? Okay. If you guys like the class, you all can leave a review in the comments, okay, so that others can also get inspired to learn the art, okay. If you like the class, you all can leave a review in the comments. And yes, the recording will be available. The entire class that we did today, the entire 2 hours. So yes, if anyone has not liked yet, Please like the video and subscribe to make sure you do not miss any upcoming new videos. There is a whole beginner series upcoming, and also there is a sketchbook challenge that we are doing. I think some of you know already. There is a sketchbook challenge where we'll be filling out an entire sketchbook of 25 pages using 25 different mandalas. So how it will work is I will design the mandalas, create a video of it, and share it on my channel. So you all can watch the video and create it in your own sketchbooks. So to participate in it, all you have to do is just buy the sketchbook from the link that I have given in the post already. Okay, there's a post on my channel on which I have given the link of Amazon for buying the sketchbook. So you all get the books and you all can just start directly drawing the mandalas. So this series will be starting from the Saturday. Okay, it will start on this Saturday. So get your books by then, and we all can start together. And yes, sir, can we extend the mandala without design? Is it? Yes, of course. In the remaining space, you all can add any designs of your choice. That is not a problem at all. You all can add extensions and finish it till the final circle. Okay, because 2 hours are not sufficient to finish the entire thing. Yes, you can add your patterns. Then at the end, you are going to erase the grid and post it on your art channels and tag me up so I can check it out. All right. So thank you everyone for joining and staying till the end. You all can add a review in the comments whenever you want. Okay, I'll end the class now. All right. Thank you all for joining and have a good day. See you all in next upcoming videos.